Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition, the playoff edition of the OCVarsity Hoop Show. I'm Dan Albano here, joined by Steve Fryer. And Steve, it is playoff time this week, starting in earnest with the boys coming up on Wednesday. The girls tip off on Thursday. Got the girls open division starting on Saturday as well in pool play. Lots of boys and girls teams in Orange County in the postseason. But I want to know, Steve, what are the three or so top boys games that you're looking forward to in the first round coming up on Wednesday?
Santa Margarita at Los Alamitos. That's where I'm going to be on Wednesday. Santa Margarita beat Edison and on last week and looked really good in doing so. Pretty deep team. Liam Gray, West Trevino off the bench played really well. And so they were co-champs with Edison, if I got it right. And then Santa Margarita, kind of hit a couple bumps there at the end of the season, but still qualified for the playoffs in Division I in that really tough Trinity League, beat Mater Dei for the first time, got some pretty good wins all along. They got a fine player, all-county first-team candidate, Rockwell Reynolds. Jake Kyman's little brother, Braden Kyman, a freshman, could shoot. That guy is good, And Dallas Washington, a pretty tough forward for them too. So that's going to be a really good game. Santa Margarita should be favored in that because we got them, I think, number 5 in the county, Los Al number 11. But the difference, the from 1 to like 13 or 14 even in the county, it's not that big a gap. So a gap between 5 and 11 is kind of thin. Over in 2AA, Villa Park at Edison. Villa Park got a really good sophomore named DeCarry Harris. He's going to be really good, in the next couple of years. Edison's Cass Hampton's really good, kind of a balanced team, plays really well, really tough defense. So that'll be a good one in 2AA. What are the other games? I think Troy at Santiago is really good in 4AA.
Okay.
Troy coming out of a really good league, the Freeway League. Finished 3rd in that league, and I got 19 wins in their resume. Santiago won the championship of the Garden Grove League, and that always is a good league. And Santiago's got a really good player named Jacob Boboy who can score. So that's going to be a good game. Troy probably favored coming out of a better league on that, but Santiago can play. So those are 3 really good games coming right out of the chute.
All right. Sounds good. And that's Santa Margarita, Los Al. I think these schools played a little football. The last couple of years have had some pretty high-profile games that have been, non-league games have been pretty. Did they meet in the playoffs? I don't think so.
I'd have to look back, man.
I don't think so. I think
basketball mode games. Started work on baseball too. Good baseball programs too, both places.
Yeah,
too.
A couple non-league games in football the last 2 years. It was the football game this year with Los Al beating Santa Margarita. They put up a basketball-like score. I think it was like 60 to something to 40 something.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple games on the girls' side. I want to spotlight.
They start Thursday, right?
Thursday, first round. 2 first-round games on Thursday, both in Division I, and we got a top 10 matchup right from the tip-off. It's going to be a 5 o'clock tip-off, by the way. Orange Lutheran, which won Division II AA last year in a thrilling game against Sage Hill. They're back. They're in Division I now, and they're playing at Brea Linda. And Brea Linda is 8th in Orange County. Orange Lutheran is 4. So 4 and 8 in Orange County. But you look at those final Division I poll, Orange Lutheran was 6th in Division I. Brea Linda unranked in that top 16. But I think Brea is pretty good. I think this could be a pretty good game. So Orange Lutheran's got a scorer in Maddie Bogan, who Coach Matthews of Brea already gave a little nomination, and rightfully so, I think, talking about her as an all-county player. She can fill it up. Senior going to Westmont. Orange Lutheran's got post players. They have some offensive firepower. 3rd place team out of the Trinity League. And then you got Brea that's got some post size. They stress defense under Coach Matthews, but I don't know if they have the offensive firepower to compete with Orange Lutheran. So that's going to be, see how well can they play defense, shooting at home, maybe help them in the home gym, but what kind of firepower are they bringing to this Division I tilt? And then also on Thursday. You got Woodbridge, I think kind of flying under the radar out of the Pacific Coast League, very tough league. And they're at Orangewood Academy, young team that has really kind of retooled itself. Coach Aragon's team, young, lost some transfers, some players that they were hoping to come in that ended up at Buena Park. So this is an interesting one because you look at the county rankings. Orangewood was top 10 the previous week. They're number 12 this week. And then you got Woodbridge, 14th in the county. And they came out of the Pacific Coast League I mentioned. And they played Portola, the runner-up, very tough. 2-point games, I think, both times. And, of course, that league was won by Sage Hill, which is the other team that's playing on Saturday night, Steve. Open division, pool play, first-round game. And it's going to be Ontario Christian at Sage Hill. And I think that's a great game. Should be a 7 o'clock tip-off on Saturday because these guys have played the last 2 years in the postseason, Steve. Last year, SoCal Regional Division II semifinals, Sage won en route to the state title. And then they played also played in the 3AA final the year before that at Sage Hill. Sage Hill won their CIF championship right there. And hey, look at that, Steve. We're talking about teams that played for a 3A title 2 playoffs ago. Now they're in the open, and they're like this is the like the 4th and 5 seeds in the bracket of 8. So gosh, these teams have really risen. And Coach Walters at Sage said he considers this one of the best rivalries in SoCal basketball, and I think he's correct right now. They have Chloe Briggs that can really fill it up as a senior at Ontario Christian. She's going to Washington. Huskies knocked off Stanford over the weekend. She is really a left-handed sniper. And then Sage, still relatively young. They're all mostly juniors. Got the good freshman in Amalia Holkin. So a lot of good first-round games for us, Mr. Fryer.
You're talking about teams rising up, from who's going to rise up and win a CIF-SS championship out of Orange County Girls Hoops.
Yes, good transition. Also, you put me on the spot. I think the 3 teams that are seeded number 1 have a very good shot, and I'll predict them now. I think Rosary will win Division 1. Be playing at the Honda Center in about 3 weeks. I think that Buena Park and 4AA, I think they're a heavy favorite. They've been they've come out of a really good freeway league. I think they're about 20-6, 20-7 record. They just got to be healthy. They had a very close score against Fullerton, surprisingly winless Fullerton in league to close out the league. I guess they didn't have everybody, but if Buena Park's healthy, I need to check on that. They should be good to go in Division 4AA because they're playing Division 1 Sonora pretty close 2 times, playing Troy and Sunny Hills close, playing way above their division in league. And then I think St. Margaret's one of the most improved teams in the county in 5AA. They were the runner-up to Calvary Chapel in the Orange Coast League. They're the number 1 seed. Played a pretty solid schedule. A lot of teams that we recognize in county basketball, they played and did quite well under second-year coach Josh Markham. The Tartans, 22-6 the year before, 9-15. So what an improvement for them. So let's see what they do in that 5AA. So you got no open teams, Mr. Fryer, on the boys' side.
Yeah.
But do you have does Orange County win Division 1, which is still, sometimes I look between the open and Division 1, that is still really tough. You got those teams that were just on the bubble to get to open. They're in Division 1. Who can win CIF titles on the boys' side, you predict?
Modern Day, has been an open division team since the open division started, became part of CIF-SS basketball in 2014, and my memory's good. They're dropped down Division 1, and midway through the season, I think, this team is not open division quality. They're not going to get in there. I've been thinking that for weeks, saying so, right, and so, and then, they played really well the last couple of weeks, and so they're going to be a factor in Division 1. They're seated number 2 behind Etowanda, which always has good players, and great coach Dave Kleckner. Coach Gary McKnight at Modern Day and staff, they know how to get teams ready for big games and big playoff games. That's going to help a lot. Then also in that division is one of the hottest teams to land. I think they come with a 6-game winning streak, including wins over Margarita and J. Sarah, beat Korean Lutheran. And they beat Orange Lutheran, Santa Margarita, Korean Lutheran. That's J. Sarah. And they come in really hot. Couple of really good players. Sebastian Rancic is good. Aiden Fowler, really good looking shooter. Man, that guy's got the prettiest jump shot going. And so they look really good in that division. Pacifica Christian, which is and let me double check that I don't mess that up. They are in 2 single A. Champion of the San Joaquin League, really good league. Pacifica Christian, number 1 in the county. Balanced team. They look really good. Over in Division 2 AA, Tesoro. They look really fine too. Carson Brown, County Player of the Year candidate, right there with like Brandon Benjamin of Canyon is in that argument. So is Zach Davidson over at Mater Dei. But Oxnard is a team I don't know about, but they're seeded number 1 in Division 2 AA. Windward always got guys who can play basketball. They're seeded number 2, but I like Tesoro's chance in that league. Rancho in that division, Rancho Christian also in that division. Orangewood Academy beat Fairmont Prep last week. So all of a sudden they got my attention. They're up there in 3 AA. So there's a couple teams like that look pretty good. Maybe La Habra will make some noise in 3 single A. So, but really, Mater Dei again. If they get it going, Zach Davidson doesn't have to be the one-man show. The freshman Brandon Martinson keeps improving, pretty good post player. We could have a CIF champion come out of there. I think it's more likely we're going to have girls basketball champions in CIF-7 section than boys, but things happen. It's a long tournament. A lot of funky stuff happens. We'll see.
Well, like I said, I got to check on some injuries at Buena Park. Rosary Division 1 is going to be tough, and we'll see what St. Margaret's does in 5 AA. And I think there's some other good contenders in throughout a bunch of other divisions. I think Mater Dei girls is going to really surprise. I know a lot of people just want to hand over that title, set up the finals right now between Sierra Canyon and Etiwanda. But I think Mater Dei can really give Etiwanda a game in pool play. Monarchs have won 18 straight. And if they win their first 2 pool games, they would be on a 20-game winning streak going to Etiwanda. And they got lots of firepower. So we'll see how that game goes. Coach Kiernan, definitely going to be pushing them he says to play, wants them to play a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more fierce, as he said, Mr. Fryer. So, he'll have them ready. So I think it's going to be really exciting playoffs the next 3 weeks. And I'm looking forward to covering it.
Me too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I saw Mater Dei play, and I saw Mater Dei play Rosary. Right. Yeah, a lot of depth at Mater Dei. Rosary, Maya Barnes, she can do a lot. Maybe they ask her to do a little bit too much sometimes at Rosie. I think at Rosary, Clark is really good. Yeah, Mater Dei did a great job of her. She's an all-around scorer and tough player. Yeah. So it looks pretty good. So that's what's going on in basketball, Dan. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to the playoffs going. You're going to be at games on Thursday. I'm going to be at a game on Wednesday. It's busy time, but it's fun time. So thanks everybody for checking us out and listening to us talk about basketball. We're ready to go. We'll see you at the gym.